Yeah, you can use your multiplication charts now. All right, so for just a quick review, in the book they said that they had a total of 59 cubes, right? And they want to know how many, what's that? They want to know the number, well, they found that they had 4 people, right? So they want to know how many cubes we can get for each person if we're going to have any left over. So they got 4 on their spinner, and this is how we would, what would we do right here? This is what we're trying to find the answer. Okay, so who can come up here and kind of go through step by step with us how to find this answer by doing this first? Claudia. Everyone else should be taking notes real quick about how to do this. This is from this problem right here. We'll go over everyone else's in a minute. So what do we need to do first here?
First we have to multiply these.
No, we're not multiplying. What do we need to do here first with the 4? We want to... Taylor, can you help her out? What do we need to do first? Very good. So we want to see how many 4s can go into the 5. How many can go in there? Very good. So put your 1 right above the 5. Yep. Now what do we need to do? What do we need to do with the 1 right here? Kaya. Very good. So now we're going to sit up for just a second so everyone can see. So now, oh no, stay up here. I just wanted to move back a little bit. There you go. So now we're going to take the 1 and we're going to times it by 4. So what does that give you, Claudia? Very good. And where are we going to put that 4 at? Right below the 5. All right. So now, what's the next step that we need to do? We'll draw a line here. What's the next step?
We need to subtract 4 by 5.
Yeah. And then what does that give you?
1.
And then what do you do with this 9?
We take it down.
All right. Very good. Everyone should be writing this or following along with their notes. So now we have 19 on the bottom. Who can tell Claudia now what she needs to do with the 19 down here? Haley. Very good. So we want to now know how many times 4 can go into 19. Which, how many times can 4 go into 19? If you need help, go ahead and take a look. Audrey? What's that? So 4 can go into 19 at least 4 times. Why couldn't it be 20? Or, I'm sorry, why couldn't it be 5 times? Who can tell me why 4 couldn't go into 19 5 times? Audrey? Or, I'm sorry, Lily?
Because it equals 20 and 20 is bigger than the number that.
Very good. So you're going to want to look down to the next number, which they said is 4. So, oh, hang on. So we said 4 can go into 19. How many times, Claudia?
4 can go to 19 4 times.
Very good. So go ahead and put your 4 up there. And now what are we going to do again?
Going to 4 times 4, which equals 16.
Very good. And then what do we do with those 2 numbers down there?
Subtract them.
And it gives you... Okay, so then what would you have now? Very good. So with a remainder of 3. So now do we see how our answer fit into here? So we found out the number of cubes for each, thank you Claudia, you can go ahead and have a seat. So the number of cubes for each person is, we're going to get 14. And we're going to have at least 3 left over for 4 people. So let's take a look at the drawing we have right here. Do you see how I have 4 written in blue? That means we want to get 4 groups, right? Which we have right here, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
And how many do I have in each group? In each blue circle for the blue 4, how many do I have in there? Count this as being 10. Count the big line as being 10. Very good. So now we have 14. We have 4 sets of 14. And how many does that leave us with?
3.
All right. And what does that remind you of what we did yesterday?
Reminders.
Well, yes, but with what we were doing and the stuff you were using, what's that? Very good, making groups with your snap cubes. So let's have the first group. Let's have Claudia, Haley, and Lori. Why don't you guys come up here? Bring your cubes with you. Actually, before you do that, real quick, I actually wanted to show you. I made the groups right here. Actually, you three, why don't you come on up here? You can help me hold the stuff before we move on. Try to take one. Careful, this one's falling apart. Just the blue one's loose there. Yep. You can take that one. Yeah, they do. So here, go ahead and face the class, girls. Okay, so here we have how many groups? 4, and we each have how many?
14.
14 per group with?
3 left over.
Very good. So that is the same thing as 4, no, what did we do? What was this?
4 divided by 59.
Very good, which is, that would be your division sentence right there.
Equals 14, and the remainder is 9.
Very good. All right, thank you, Richard. Set these ones down right here. And why don't you go ahead and grab your paper and your cubes. If you need some help with it, I can help set them over here. Now, everyone else at your desk with your charts, you should be filling in with the information that they have and helping and working out the problem as we go along with it. Okay. These are your groups right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Lori had our one extra.
Okay.
Well, I
Go ahead.
had 2.
Second group.
Well, this one only has 3.
Okay. Who in the group would like to tell me how many you guys had total? Okay.
We had 57 total.
Okay, so why don't one of you go ahead, write 57. Write it in the square first. Oh, thank you, Claudia. Okay. 57. And Lori, how many did you guys get for the number of people?
We got 5.
5. So go ahead, write. Can you write 5? Okay, thank you. All right, so they had a total of 57 people, and I'm sorry, they had a total of 57 cubes. I'm sorry, and 5 people is what they got on their spinner. Does everyone have that?
4. It was
Oh.
4 people, not 5.
Okay.
Or else we would have come up with a different answer.
So I'm glad you guys caught your mistake. Awesome.
Because it might be right.
Everyone else, do you have that? I should say everyone have it written down already in their chart. All right, so what was the first thing then that you guys did? Can you explain to the class, Haley?
First what we did is we broke them multiplication sentence. How many times does 4 go into 5? And then we got 1.
Okay.
And then we divided 4 and 1 and we got 2.
No, okay, but
A lot of you are not looking up at the board.
you should be following along and working this out on your sheet. So, okay, first you said 4 can go into 5 one time. Okay, very good. And then we have, what do you do after that?
Multiply 4. That's 1 times 4.
Very good, which gives you?
1.
1 times 4 gives you?
4.
Very good. Then you do, what do you do after you get the 4 down here? Step, you're going a little bit ahead of us there, Claudia.
Subtract 4 and 5 and we get 1.
Okay, and then what do you do with the 7?
Bring it down.
Very good. So then that gives them, awesome. So now what do we do? I know you guys already have the answer. I'm going to ask the class. What do we do with the 17 here? Now what do we need to do? What's our next step? Very good. Thank you, Caitlin. So we want to know how many times 4 can go into 17, which is?
Going 4 times because the closest I can get is 14 and we have a remainder of 1.
Very good. Okay, so we're going 4 times. Now, here's one thing I want to point out. I want everyone to look at this. Excuse me, Lloyd. Step right there. See how she's got her 1 or 4 all right here? What you're going to want to really make sure when you're doing division is that you keep everything in the right place value. Otherwise, you're going to get very confused and you're going to end up getting the wrong answer. So for the first one, it was a 1. So the 1 should go right above the?
5.
Okay. And then the 4 should go right above the?
7.
So you're going to want to really make sure when you're doing your homework and you're showing your answer and stuff that you have the numbers right above each other in the correct place value. Otherwise, it's going to really throw you off. Okay. So then, all right, so you guys already put your answer up there. Why don't you go ahead and explain to the class what you did with your 4 and then?
What we did was 4 times, we multiplied 4 and 4 and we got 16.
Okay.
And then we subtracted 17 and 16 and we got 1. So we have 1.
Okay, so Lori, why don't you go ahead and write out on there for me, go ahead, grab a marker. How many number of cubes did you get for each person? Uh-huh. And how many did you have left over?
1.
Okay. Now, why don't you go ahead and grab your cubes, and why don't you show the class what you guys got there? How you figured it out with the cubes now? I might have. There it is. Okay. All right. So go ahead. So who wants to explain this to the class then? How you guys did this? Lori, go ahead. Let's hear it.
We were like picking groups,
Mhm.
and we did our division, and then we divided them up to 14 groups each.
Okay. Very good. So then you guys each have what you should have. Is this your other one?
No. No, that's yours. Those are yours. 1, 2. Where's the blue space? I have one. So then we are missing one. You have.
Oh, it's right here, guys. Left it right over here. Okay, so that's right. So everyone see how they got their 4 groups of 14, right? And then how many did you have left over? All right, and if you added all of these cubes together, how many would you have?
7.
All right, is everyone kind of understand that, grasping it? All right, why don't we have, thank you very much. You guys can go ahead and have a seat. Why don't we have one more group, the Kaya, Brianna, and was it Holly? Was it? And Taylor. Okay, there's 4 of you. Why don't you guys come up and we'll have the class take a look at that one.